Hey guys, Smack here, and today I'm going to be testing out how good democracy really is, and is it the best ideology for a public server even after the internal market update. We'll be playing a medium-sized country like Italy, and expanding later on to become a democracy. The number one reason for democracy being so good compared to other ideologies after 2025, especially for medium or small countries, is the scaling, and getting to tier 8 development much faster than any other country, giving you lots of money to win fights against superpowers. Anyways, let's get to the video. I'm gonna start buying some resources because the factories are starting to come online. And I usually buy one more than what's required just in case the trade gets cancelled. I still have time to get a new trade. I'm gonna max this out, education spending and research spending, so we can start rushing quantum computing as quick as possible. We could make it a surprise invasion, but honestly, I don't really care. I guess it's just better if it's fair. So I'll actually convert to liberalism here somewhere along the way. That's why when people think liberalism isn't that bad, it only takes like one more month to justify, and the 1% stability penalty is really nothing for a 40% tax boost, which is pretty good. At the same time too, I'm finally able to get a democracy, and then also get tax reform, which is going to give 25% more tax, which is really good. Now we probably shouldn't have a deficit anymore. Let's go 1.2 mil. And instead of going for exoskeletons, we're just gonna go with tax collection 5, just to further snowball my development, and also because there isn't any immediate wars nearby, so I don't really need a good military trust yet. I can focus on the economy. Homeland Italy is making more than China. 15 mil. Oh, yeah, that kind of puts into perspective how good democracy is, just from how insane the tax collection really is. Just gonna make some tanks. Even though I do have better infantry than my tanks still take cities faster, so I'm gonna go for that instead. And after, I guess I'll just cut to after I take Portugal. Right, now that I annexed everything, I can start showing you why democracy is one of the best ideologies. So the reason why is because you can just select every city now and just click on a fort. So basically fortify every single city, which gives like the resistance modifier, and also gives another modifier, which is just your defense is extremely high. And another thing is that any surprise attacks that they can do from a naval invasion is a lot less worse, since you have a fort literally everywhere, because it's going to take more time to take the cities, and it's just not going to be as bad anymore. Alright, so to beat the North American Union, there is a naval that we can do, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to start spamming airplanes on this guy. So I'm going to go for mass production, so I can get all the airfields. To make this fun for myself, I actually tell the North American Union when I'm going to war with them, to give them some time to prepare and actually put up a good fight. Alright, let's go. So just taking a look at this tab, we have 75 ships, 58 destroyers, 15 battleships. So we probably do need to outnumber him in the battleships, or else we're in an equal war. Just watching out what he's going to do with the bombers. He does have 164 attackers and 155 bombers, and 55 bombers. It's not too bad. He is gonna try to use the attackers to fight my ships. However, a lot of things people don't know is that genuinely air is extremely useless once you have a good amount of naval tech. Just because the attackers die extremely quickly, so it's kind of useless. Just gonna merge our ships together to get less damage from the aircraft carrier, we're gonna kill all these fighters as well. And we're gonna start training our navy a little bit. Maybe we can get a couple levels on this general. He's gonna try and move the aircraft carrier back and try to protect it. I can probably split my subs. Okay. So I did predict that his aircraft carrier is going to split off from his group. We're gonna have to flank these subs since battleships are the only thing alive. He is making a line with his fighters that's going to stop my bombers, so we're just gonna avoid this line and sort of go around it. Matter of fact, I think I could just bomb Chicago since aircraft carriers are pretty weak compared when fighting against planes. So I'm gonna dodge these fighters. Just bomb Chicago. I got a bit of damage. So we're just gonna move back and forth with these bombers since his fighters are gonna try and stop it, but he doesn't have it in a big group, so he's not gonna be able to stop all these bombers. He's just making a line. My bombers are gonna break through, so I'm just gonna bomb in Chicago a bit more. Oh, that's gonna do so much damage to his fighters. Okay. Oh, he has to park his fighters there too. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate for home. We can actually go kill a lot of these fighters right now. The battleships can get in range. We can start dealing a lot of damage. So ideally, I want to probably just scorch this. So let's combine the troops, combine the bombers. I think I'm kind of playing overly cautious, which isn't great. This is not going to do anything at all. And my infantry would have entrenched, so that is really nice. Have the entrenchment bonus. We're going to do elastic defense just to stall off these troops a bit longer. And he just lost 4 mil right there. You're probably wondering why I'm scorching cities I'm about to take, and the reason for that is because in a recent update, Hyperman did make it easier for scorched cities to be taken if the city has max unrest. And also I really need to take away these forts because he probably has max resistance tech as well. So, it looks like he did finally decide to give up. We can check his stats in general. North American Union making only 19 million. I guess so many cities got bombed and his war exhaustion is probably pretty high. Just from getting his big stacks bombed from the bombers. And also me taking some cities. Alright, so we take the North American Union through insane bomber spam, and yeah, it's pretty nice. There's only Japan left now. You can probably just start justifying on him. So this is a relatively new Japan player who didn't have any defenses set up to fight my bombers, so just enjoy how quickly my bombers destroy his country and make him completely defenseless. I was a bit lazy with moving my ships and making new ships to escort my troops invading Japan, because an oil shortage makes them very slow, so I just sent up a swarm of troops, hoping that spamming them will overwhelm his ships and I can easily take his capital. Anyways guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, bombers are extremely OP if you use it properly. I know other YouTubers have shown how good it is, but this is actually just straight up ridiculous. So democracy is probably the best ideology in the game right now, just by how you can get your development much quicker than any other ideology, and also just spam out the bombers so they can die and but deal damage at the same time. And yeah, I'll see you in the next Smack That Game video.